The tank, because a big part of the move that we've seen in the S&P 500 this year can be attributed to Nvidia, especially when you think about its market cap. So is it a high bar going into its results?
It's a high bar, especially when you're looking at the revenue guidance for the next quarter. The market has been kind of used to these $5 billion beat and raises from the company. So you want to see something a little bit more than that to get them a little bit more enthusiastic. On the back of that, you could also look at the margin expansion. If they are able to improve margins for Q1, get them closer to that lower end of 80%, that target that they do have over the long term, that could also be a strong catalyst for this name. Now, the market is expecting revenue to come in at around $79 billion at this point in time, around a 79% increase on a year-over-year basis. And the adjusted earnings per share estimate right now is sitting at $1.76. The Q1 margin expectation is 74.5%. So if you can get a little bit higher than that, that might be enough to really kind of push this over the top. But the options market's implying around a 4.8% move to the upside or 5.8% move to the upside or downside. In the last three earnings announcements, it's come in lower than that, but it's also been a little bit more bearish for the share. So everybody's going to be focusing on this name. Maybe Nvidia is not going to be the big mover, but some of the other complementary stocks that are associated with artificial intelligence could have massive moves either to the upside or downside. That looks like memory names, the server rack builders that are out there, as well as those that are providing some of the hard wire for infrastructure, if you will, fiber optic cables and things of that nature.
Only a far cry from going out of business.
That's for sure.
But you mentioned it's the wild card this week, right?
Right.
It has broken out of this consolidation pattern that it was in for some time, right? It has flagged a little bit this week heading into its earnings. What's the wild card effect here?
So right now the options are, or at least the indications are, that they are going to beat just like they usually do. So I don't think that they're going to necessarily miss, top line or bottom line. It's always about reading into tea leaves with Nvidia. And so if there's anything that says that there's any cracks out there or potential cracks in the system, that's where the market's going to really pull off. Hopefully everything goes well. They give a stellar report like they usually do. Everybody's happy. We can go back to business. But we're looking for any signs of weakness because they are the mammoth. They are the driver of this entire ecosystem of AI.
I think about that image that I'm sure you've seen and from Mythology Atlas, and I don't want to say the world is hanging on its shoulders, but it's a heavyweight. It's the heavyweight when we're talking about the AI trade. And also often the pattern has been, even if they beat and raise, it sells off the back of its earnings. It will be interesting to see if it breaks out of that pattern, and what we hear about China, if we hear any more concrete details about China.
Very important point, particularly at this earnings report.
Nvidia's print coming after the close tomorrow. What do you expect, John? You going to get another beat and raise there?
Yeah, I think everyone's expecting a beat and raise, and I guess if that's the case, maybe it's not a beat and raise. I think the numbers themselves probably a little bit less consequential here. I think what's going to matter more is how management's framing the opportunity, any update they provide on the kind of longer term revenue forecast they gave in March, and maybe any forward-looking commentary on next year and even on 2028 as well.
What would you say the bear case is for Nvidia, just broadly and simply?
I think there's two bear cases here. One is more, I'd say, financial, and the other is a little bit more technical. On the financial side, half of Nvidia's business is basically from 5 large companies, and those companies have collectively taken free cash flow to near zero this year. They're spending so much to build out AI infrastructure that they don't have much more free cash flow to deploy towards infrastructure provided by someone like Nvidia going forward. The more technical bear case is that as the AI industry, as workloads move increasingly from training to inference, maybe Nvidia's moat is a little bit less strong than it was in the training world. And that's a more complicated discussion. I think that's going to play out over the next several years, not the next couple of quarters. But I do think that the valuation on Nvidia, already seems to discount a lot of those pressures.
Nvidia reports earnings after the market closes on Wednesday, and Wall Street expects another beat. The chipmaker has made exceeding expectations seem regular. However, this has not always resulted in instant rewards for stockholders. Nvidia has previously reported excellent figures only to see its stock plummet, and this is the suspense surrounding tonight's news. Most investors will be focused on the earnings beat, and history suggests they may be watching the wrong thing. Nvidia Q1 earnings, exceeding expectations as usual. Nvidia has one of the market's cleanest earnings records. Over the last 23 reported quarters, the company has outperformed earnings estimates 21 times, for a hit percentage of slightly more than 91%. According to market data, Nvidia's average earnings beat throughout that period has been almost 9%. That record explains why the argument surrounding Nvidia has shifted, with investors no longer questioning if the company can clear the hurdle. They assume it can, and the real question is whether the threshold has been raised high enough to matter. Wedbush analyst Matt Bryson recently confirmed Nvidia's outperform rating and a $300 price target, citing predictions of more than $80 billion in quarterly revenue and over $90 billion in the next quarter, which above consensus estimates. However, Nvidia stock does not always receive the memo. The difficult thing for investors is that Nvidia's stock has not always performed as expected. A company can beat estimates, raise guidance, and still fail if expectations rise even higher. That occurred following Nvidia's fiscal fourth quarter 2026 results. The corporation reported revenue of $68.1 billion, up 73% from the previous year, and non-GAAP net income of $39.6 billion, up 79%. However, the stock plummeted 5.5% the following day as fears about the larger AI trade weighed on sentiment. Joseph Moore of Morgan Stanley has framed the issue more plainly. Moore increased Nvidia's price target to $285 in a preview note on May 18th, becoming the company the firm's top semiconductor selection. However, his attention was not solely on whether Nvidia exceeded April quarter expectations. He stated that the July quarter outlook and the company's data center revenue trajectory through 2027 are the most important factors. The more useful trend in Nvidia's earnings history is what happens when the time horizon is extended, rather than the day-after move. According to historical data cited by Yahoo Finance and Rolling Out, Nvidia's stock has concluded only 55% higher one day following reporting. However, after a full year, the win rate rises to 84%, with a median one-year post-earnings return of 87.6%. That is not to say the stock is risk-free. Rather, the market has consistently struggled to price Nvidia in real time. Short-term reactions have frequently mirrored positioning, value concerns, and shifts in AI sentiment. Long-term returns have demonstrated the company's ability to continue converting demand into revenue. Morgan Stanley's bull thesis helps to explain why, as the firm expects that Nvidia will generate almost $1.1 trillion in cumulative data center revenue from 2025 to 2027. Morgan Stanley's estimate for 2026 and 2027 alone is $884 billion, roughly $100 billion higher than the street average of $785 billion. The true bull case for Nvidia is whether AI infrastructure spending can continue to expand for years rather than a single earnings beat. Wall Street is closely looking to see if another solid beat may refocus investor interest on artificial intelligence, or if increasing bond yields will continue to eclipse the findings. In a note to clients, Wolfe Research analyst Chris Senyek described the print as a market test, adding that while Nvidia has routinely exceeded both sales and profits consensus projections over the last 2 years, the relative price action, plus one day, following reporting has been modest. Senyek reminded investors that today's report will put markets to the test, as well as whether another double beat will cause investors to sell the news. Meanwhile, William Blair analyst Sebastian Nagy predicts that Nvidia will announce another beat and raise quarter this week, with second quarter revenue expected to exceed $90 billion. Nagy expects that investors will focus on Nvidia's non-GPU potential, including as its networking business, the standalone Vera CPU rack, and early momentum for its Grok-based LPX processor. William Blair stated that these elements will be critical in cementing Nvidia's position as not just a chip company, but a system-level infrastructure company, capable of continuous revenue growth even when capital investment transfers to other sections of the technology stack. The firm ranks the stock as outperform, with a fair value estimate of $300. Nvidia shares have trailed both the Philadelphia Semiconductor Index and the S&P 500 semiconductors year to far. Nvidia is facing increased competition in the AI processor area, notably Cerebras, which launched its initial public offering last Thursday. Cerebras supplies a different type of AI processor than Nvidia, which the business claims has higher overall performance due to its unique design. Rival AMD is also set to deliver a rack-scale server system later this year, as Amazon and Google continue to grow their own businesses. In its most recent earnings release, Amazon reported that its semiconductor division now has an annual revenue run rate of more than $20 billion and is expanding at triple-digit rates year after year. The company also stated that it inked an agreement with OpenAI via AWS to offer 2 gigawatts of capacity for its Trainium chips, and that Anthropic has pledged to employ up to 5 gigawatts of present and future Trainium chips. Google also announced its new TPU-8i and TPU-8t chips on Tuesday during its annual Google I/O conference in Mountain View, California. The TPU-8i is intended to execute AI software, whilst the TPU-8t is designed to train models. Google, like Amazon, has signed a multi-generation, multi-gigawatt agreement to furnish Anthropic with TPU processors, according to the information. Nvidia's results came after CEO Jensen Huang flew to China with President Trump for a summit with Chinese President Xi Jinping. Investors were hopeful Xi would agree to import the company's chips into the nation, but Trump told reporters on Friday that China is instead focusing on developing its own artificial intelligence processors. On April 30th, Huang stated in an interview for the Special Competitive Studies Project's memos to the president that Nvidia no longer has a market share in China. In the interview, Huang stated that Nvidia has something like 90% of the global market share. Today, in China, we have plunged to zero. Nvidia stock has been on fire this year, up more than 21% year-to-date as of May 13th. It has increased by 74% in the last 12 months. According to Bloomberg analyst consensus expectations, Nvidia's first quarter earnings per share, EPS, will be $1.76 on revenue of $78.75 billion. This is up from the $0.96 and $44.06 billion reported in the first quarter of last year. Nvidia's data center division is expected to generate the majority of its revenue, totaling $72.85 billion. The company's data center sales were $39.11 billion in the same time previous year. Of the $72.85 billion, $60.53 billion is estimated to come from computers, with the remaining $12.45 billion coming from Nvidia's networking division. The company's gaming division will produce $364 billion, down 3.26%. Nvidia also unveiled several new products for Q1 during its GTC event in March, including the Grok 3 language processing unit, LPU, and CPU-only server. Huang also predicted that its Grace Blackwell and Vera Rubin chips would generate $1 trillion in sales. For much of the year, semiconductor stocks have driven the market upward. Now, Nvidia Corp's earnings have the potential to show that the rise has more legs, or to add another brick to investors' worry wall. The leader in artificial intelligence semiconductors will publish its findings after the market closes on Wednesday. Wall Street is expecting the next in a string of positive prints from chipmakers as big tech continues to pour investment into the businesses to build out AI infrastructure. As a result, investors will be looking for signs of future growth. According to Joanne Feeney, a portfolio manager at Advisors Capital Management, which owns Nvidia shares, Nvidia's results or outlook, as well as the conversation on the call, can offer investors additional confidence that this AI build-out will endure not just a quarter, not just 2026, but also 2027, 2028, and beyond. That will provide reassurance. However, a setback might confirm investors' concerns that the corporation has become overextended. The Philadelphia Stock Exchange Semiconductor Index has risen more than 60% this year, but it fell 6.4% on Friday and Monday as inflation concerns weighed on stocks. Nvidia shares were marginally higher in early trading Wednesday, extending gains to 19% in 2026 and more than 34% since a previous low in late March, but they had fallen 6.4% in 3 sessions through Tuesday's closing. They are still outperforming the technology-heavy Nasdaq 100 index, which is up 15% this year. Unfortunately, Nvidia has built the expectation that it will beat and raise every quarter. If this does not happen, it will be disappointing, according to Feeney. The stock rose 0.6% Wednesday morning. It fell the day after Nvidia's last 3 earnings reports, despite the company's strong results. The options market is pricing in a 5.5% move in either way following this report. Despite its lackluster performance in 2026, Nvidia remains the market's largest company, accounting for over a quarter of the S&P 500 index's more than 7% gain this year. Four other chip makers, Micron Technology, Broadcom, Advanced Micro Devices, and Intel, are among the 7 largest point contributors to the S&P 500's gain in 2026, demonstrating a level of leadership rarely seen in this cyclical industry. Investors have plenty of reasons to be optimistic in an AI-fueled economy. The 4 biggest spenders, Amazon.com Inc., Alphabet Inc., Microsoft Corp., and Meta Platforms Inc., intend to spend up to $725 billion this year and much more in 2027. Chips account for a significant portion of that spending, and Nvidia continues to dominate the market for AI accelerators. Growth is occurring so swiftly that the stock has begun to appear cheap. According to Bloomberg statistics, consensus projections for Nvidia's net income in fiscal 2027, which ends in January, have risen by 13% over the last 3 months, while revenue expectations have risen by 12%. As a result of those higher expectations, the stock is presently trading at less than 24 times projected profits, significantly below its 10-year average of around 36. The value is secondary to the underlying growth story, which remains the key driver, but prices are not concerning. According to Jeffrey Blazek, co-chief investment officer of multi-asset at Neuberger Berman Group, which manages $567 billion in assets. Nvidia's value assures us that we are not in a bubble based on its profitability or cash flow. This earnings season has seen a number of blowout reports from chip makers, with Intel, AMD, Texas Instruments Inc., NXP Semiconductors NV, and Silicon Motion Technology Corp., all reporting double-digit gains following their results. According to Bloomberg data, 93% of chip makers have surpassed earnings estimates this season, with an average upside surprise of over 25%, compared to a 6.6% increase last quarter. Regardless of what Nvidia says, it may be difficult for the stock to experience a similar surge. For starters, it's a lot larger than those companies, requiring significantly more excitement to have a significant impact. Second, it is facing more rivalry from rivals such as AMD, while key customers Alphabet and Amazon are gaining traction with their own chips. This explains why Nvidia is no longer the best-performing stock in the market. SanDisk, Seagate Technology Holdings plc, and Micron Technology Inc. now hold the title for memory chip and storage suppliers. According to Thomas Martin, senior portfolio manager at Globalt Investments, the setup leading up to this is less fascinating than some of the other more exciting stories out there. Nonetheless, it's a massive firm. Nvidia's growth prognosis, while still excellent, is likely to slow in the future years, potentially impeding the stock's momentum. The corporation is predicted to expand revenue by around 72% in fiscal 2027 and 34% in fiscal 2028, with the rate slowing thereafter. The narrative is about the duration of growth rather than the quarter, according to Neville Javeri, a fund manager and head of Allspring Global Investments' Empiric LT equity team, which owns Nvidia shares. Javeri also stated that he will be paying special attention to any information regarding Blackwell chip sales and future demand for its new Rubin line. Of course, a solid report is not ensure that Nvidia stock will rise. However, these outcomes are much more concerned with the company's long-term prospects and those of other chip makers. According to experts' average price targets, the stock is expected to rise 25% over the next year. If Nvidia can demonstrate that their newest chips are gaining traction and that the addressable market is larger than people believe due to its longer duration, it will go a long way toward reassuring investors in their broad ownership of the companies driving the AI build-out, according to Feeney of Advisors Capital.